Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV, and on very special occasions, dear viewers, celebrating Merry Christmas and the New Year. We are here at the cathedral in Abbasiyah, and in this segment we have a very special topic to discuss. The arrival of Jesus Christ and the Holy Family is an important event that took place in Egypt. The story starts with a group of wise men declaring Jesus as the next King of Jews. The Holy Family left from Bethlehem to Egypt after an angel warned Joseph to leave with Jesus and Virgin Mary. They started their journey through northern Sinai until reaching Farama. The places they stayed in have been transformed to churches. The Holy Family took almost the same route on their journey back to Palestine after spending over 3 years in Egypt. And to know more about this special subject, dear viewers, and this special topic, we're honored to host Father Anthony Nabil to tell us more about the Holy Family journey in Egypt. A very good day, Father, and it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Pleasure to have
you. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And thank you for hosting us in this very special place today.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to all of the Egyptians and all of us. Thank you so much.
Father, when did Jesus Christ enter the land of Egypt?
Actually, the journey into Egypt started and recounted in the New Testament, precisely in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 2, verse 13. When the Magi visited by an angel appeared to Joseph, and Saint Mary with Jesus, called them to flee into Egypt. The Magi started to see a big star in the sky. They came in search for Jesus. They came to Herod the Great in Jerusalem and asked to find the newborn King of Jews. Actually, Herod in that day became paranoid. Okay, and he could see and imagine the child, the King of Jews, the coming King of Jews. He will threaten his throne. So he started a massacre of innocents in which King Herod the Great started the full execution of all the male children 2 years and under. So he started to plan to the execution of Jesus Christ. But actually an angel appeared to Joseph in a dream and started to tell him to flee with Joseph and with Saint Mary and the baby Jesus, the infant Jesus, into Egypt. The most likely scenario that Jesus Christ was born 6 BC, and by the count with the wise men and the Magi, they took 2 years to get to Judea, and we can say the 4 BC is the most likely scenario that Jesus Christ and the Holy Family started to visit Egypt. Yeah.
Why was Egypt the land chosen for the Holy Family as a refugee?
Logically, Egypt was a safe trip and safe destination for the Holy Family, actually to find a refuge because it's outside the dominion of Herod the Great, and logically it's out of the full authority, and he couldn't able to harm baby Jesus. Okay. Upon arriving in Egypt, they started frequently to visit more than one place, avoiding the spies of Herod the Great. So Egypt was linked by Judea by the coastal road. This name is the Way of the Sea. It was a very safe place and very safe trip road from Bethlehem to Egypt to come and visit this remarkable place.
Father, of course, we all know that Egypt is mentioned in the Quran.
Yes.
How is Egypt featured in the Bible?
Okay. Biblical terminology of Egypt or Misraim is stated in all the scriptures, Old Testament and the New Testament, as a reference, as a symbol, as a place. We can find it in different locations. From Abraham to Jesus, many prophets, many people, many leaders started to visit Egypt and step over this remarkable place. We can find one of the biggest prophets here, Moses, was called out up of Egypt. Moses and Joseph too. Joseph started his service here to God and his people out of Egypt. We can see Abraham and Sarah get into Egypt as a refuge place from many wild people. They want to attack them. Yeah. Okay. We can see Egypt in the book of Isaiah. It's stated more than 49 times. I'm sorry, 49 times we can state Egypt and see Egypt in the book of Isaiah. 26 of them is stated only in the chapter 19. I can share with you one of the most beautiful verses in Isaiah 19:19. In that day there will be an altar to the Lord in the middle of Egypt, and a border to the Lord at its border, and a pillar to the Lord at its pillar. This is stated in Isaiah 19, verse 19.
What are the most important places and the remarkable ones Virgin Mary visited during her journey in Egypt?
Actually, the Holy Family started the journey from Bethlehem to Egypt. They entered a very an early step that's called the Farma place, Farma city. Farma is located in the northeastern of the Nile, the river Nile, and they stepped over from Farma to Mustarad. Mustarad, we can see a very remarkable cave there. It is still found till now. Then they passed to Tal Basta, and they to Sakha. Sakha, this means in another way, Pecha Esos, that means the foot of Jesus, the foot of Christ. When a relief of a foot is stepped and remarkable, found on the stone, still preserved till now. They started to move frequently, several cities like an old Cairo, Babylon, Misr Qadima, and then they passed to Maadi. From there they boarded a sailing boat to up to the south of the Nile to Upper Egypt in Minya, Samalot, Dronka and Gabal Koskam, the final step to the Holy Family.
I understand that whoever wants to go to Farama nowadays will find the cave and will witness
Yes.
and know more and understand more about the journey of Virgin Mary.
In Mustarad, yes. In Mustarad, yeah. Mustarad, this first cave they hide it in.
Would you recommend for us 4 places that the Holy Family passed to Egypt?
The first place I would recommend is Babylon, Old Cairo, Misr Qadima. You can see and feel the spiritual impact of the Holy Family there in more than one place. There will be a place was called Abu Serga Church and St. Sergius and St. Bacchus Church. It's a very remarkable place where the Holy Family hid in the cave from Herod spies. This is the first place I'd recommend you to visit. The second place is Maadi. Maadi was a very remarkable place to take the felucca and or a boat to sail to South Egypt. Gabal al-Tir and Dronka, the Gabal Koskam, Deir al-Muharrak.
Gabal al-Tir is the 3rd place.
Gabal al-Tir is the 3rd place. It's named after a very remarkable scene you can see, because thousands of birds are gathering in that mountain. Each day you can see this remarkable, fascinating image of hiding in this cave with these thousands of birds there. It's a very beautiful scene.
So, and the 4th?
Is in Muharrak Monastery in Gabal Koskam in South Asyut.
South of Asyut. That's Upper Egypt.
Yes, Upper Egypt, yes.
Just to reassure the significance of Maadi in the journey of the Holy Family, sir.
Yes. Maadi has a very historic story, because Maadi actually was the center of outlying district of Memphis in pharaonic Egypt. The capital of Egypt then was Memphis, and the outlying of this Memphis is called Maadi. Maadi, it means in Arabic the passing time, the passing time. So Maadi is a very remarkable place when the Holy Family got a boat, a sailing boat, to travel through the river Nile to South Egypt.
Father, what are the most significant monuments of the Holy Family?
Okay, the most significant monuments we can find for the Holy Family, we can start with the Spring of Virgin Mary Church at Mustarad, with the cave I have stated before, St. Mary Sakha Church with the Jesus foot stone preserved there. The third place is Wadi al-Natrun in the western Egypt. We can find 4 remarkable monasteries: Amba Bishoy, St. Mary the Syrian, and Baramos, and finally Abu Makar Monastery.
With reference to Mary's recurrent apparition to Egypt over the course of many years, do you believe that this matter might indicate a certain special bond between Egypt and Mary?
Sure. If you are talking especially about Egypt, Egypt differs from other countries where the Virgin Mary came in the first year after giving birth of Jesus Christ, carrying in her hands the baby Jesus, spending more than 30 months in that place. And she returned centuries later. Egypt was blessed again several times by these holy apparitions. So definitely I believe there is a cross bondage and a very strong bondage between our Mother Virgin Mary and our motherland Egypt.
When was Mary's last apparition in Egypt, and what kind of message did these apparitions send?
Actually, St. Mary has several apparitions in the last 60 years. One of the most remarkable, in 2009, Egypt also witnessed many sightings of Virgin Mary apparition in Warraq Island in Giza. 2000 and 2001, the Lady of Asyut apparition. Thousands of witnesses witnessed Virgin Mary with a dove upside her head. It was a very remarkable and blessed apparition to all the Egyptians in 2000-2001. Actually, the most remarkable one here in Egypt in Zaytun, 1968, precisely April the 2nd, Virgin Mary appeared, and this apparition was blessed and blessing for all the people there for more than 2 years. Pope Tawadros said during his speech in the celebration of 50 years after this apparition, the country was in a difficult situation, especially after the defeat of the Egyptian army in 1967. Yes, this country was in a difficult situation, but God presented His love to all the Egyptians.
Mutual between Muslims and Christians, Egyptians carry very special feelings for Virgin Mary, and they have a deep belief in her. And this is something that, of course, is very touching when it comes to Muslims, because really Muslims have these deep feelings inside every Muslim that lives here in Egypt. Would you tell us more about this?
Actually, Virgin Mary continues to be a figure of faith and figure of fascination to all the Egyptians with a different denomination and different religion traditions. So actually the festival of Ascension of Virgin Mary that held annually by August 22nd is celebrated by all the Egyptians, not only the Christians, Orthodox, Catholic, and even the Muslim, our brothers and sisters, is celebrating this, especially in South Egypt. Actually, it's true, it's obvious in the biblical reference of blessed you among women and blessed be the fruit of your womb, that's stated in St. Luke, the Gospel, chapter 1, and the Quranic equivalent that the angel said "O Mary, God has chosen you and purified you, chosen you above the women of all nations," in Al Imran 42. Actually, the only thing of people think of is the image of the soft feature and exceptionally kind mother who suffered for the love of her son, for the love of God. She is exceptional, and she is exceptional in love, exceptional gift to all of the Egyptians.
Perfect. Sir, finally, and it's an unexpected question, but I would like from here to take advantage of the arrival of Jesus Christ and the Holy Family that took place in Egypt, and this very important story that starts with a group of wise men declaring Jesus as the next king, and the, of course, journey of the Holy Family in Egypt. How could this very important story, which is of a lot of significance and a lot of importance to our religions, Egyptians, Islam, Christianity, how could this add to tourism and the means of enhancing tourism in Egypt?
It's a very important question. We can rehearse to this very important story because it was an exceptional phenomenon that happens. Yes, when the star, a big star, then the wise men, they were magi, they are specialized in astronomy. So when they see the very remarkable and different star, and actually in the history this is stated, a very remarkable star appeared in 4 BC before Jesus. Okay, we can get this remarkably festival and remarkably see how God is still present to all the nations. When there is a remarkable and very important action which will happen here, the heaven and the earth is in companion of cross-linking. Okay, so we can market.
Exactly.
Yes, we can.
Because I read that this is one of the most important historical journeys that any foreigner or any tourist that coming to visit Egypt should witness, and they would love to witness. So why not come from abroad with the brochure or with the social media advertising for this special journey and means of facilitating it for these people and these foreigners and tourists to come and see. So it would be part of our tourist guides here in Egypt, and it would be very, very interesting because it's like a story that everybody wants to, they know, but they need to see.
Actually, I witnessed a very important effort from the Ministry of Tourism and in collaboration with the Coptic Orthodox Church to get this flyer and make such fascinating advertisement to visit Egypt and the Holy Family journey from Farma to Jabal al-Maharrak or Mount Koskam. It's very important. I'm with you.
Okay, Father Anthony Nabil, from this special place, on very special, celebrating very special occasions, I think we need to put hand in hand together with our Egyptian media and together with social media to enhance, of course, this and enhance tourism in Egypt. Of course, Egypt is a very special place all over the world. It's worth such a very important journey to be mentioned and to be seeing everywhere to everyone that's coming to Egypt, and I think everyone will be very willing to come and see this, and it's only here in Egypt, which is very special always.
Yes, I do. I'm inviting all the world to visit Egypt to see this remarkable place and this fascinating Egypt with different locations with the harmony of all the nation. here.
Amazing,
Thank
sir.
you,
Our
thank you.
father, Anthony Nabil. Of course, we're honored to tell us all the story of the Holy Family journey to Egypt, which we said we're going to be highlighting on always to make it a touristic site for anybody that's coming, especially to come for this journey to watch live and see every single place that the Holy Family went through.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us in
You're
today's
welcome.
episode of Nile Cruise, sir, and thank you very much, and wishing you, of course, and all Christians all over Egypt and all over the world a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay.
Dear viewers, stay tuned. We'll be back again from this very special place here in Egypt. Don't go away.